Hello, 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 dear viewer. We bless the name of the Lord this morning. We appreciate the goodness of the Lord. Thank God for the privilege to be in His presence. We thank God for the time He has given us to come and share with you the Word of God. Again, I say this is Pastor Antonio with Jesus Promotion Church International. And this is the time of breakthrough. And believing that as we share the word of God, God will be able to touch you wherever you are. The Bible said those who believe in Him, they will never be disappointed. As we are starting our prayer this morning, and just encouragement about prayer this morning. I know I'm not going to do prayers online for now. And if God can allow, can pray just for some people here and there as you stretch your hand toward the TV. We believe that God is going to touch you. And we have already started our prayer meeting every Friday. And the address will be somewhere up or down there. You'll see it. And if you have time, you can pass through Jesus Promotion Church. We'll be able to pray with you. We'll pray with you. We'll teach you how to pray. We'll teach you how to stand in prayer every time. Prayer is very much important. I was talking last week about the power of prayer can change many things. If you want to see your life change, you need to be a person of prayer. We need to start seeking God through prayer. Prayer can stop an atomic bomb. Prayer can stop anything that's standing on your way. Prayer is able to deliver you from any situation that you know that it's impossible. Jesus cried to God, if it's possible, deliver me. And God was with him. And even when he went in the tomb, Jesus came out alive. Now, today it's a different day, and we are going to talk about perseverance in prayer. Perseverance in prayer. And we look at in the book of Luke chapter 18 verse 1. Then he spoke a parable to them that men always ought to pray, not to lose heart. So I didn't write the whole chapter or the whole scriptures on the board, but I'm able to quote it from what I wrote here. And if you can follow it, and it will help you just to understand that as we seek the face of God, you don't need to give up until you receive the answer which God you are looking for. You need to receive the answer that you have been waiting for. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes it's difficult. In fact, perseverance has to do with what? Let me show you what perseverance is. It's a perseverance, meaning it can be endurance. This is persistence, stamina, tenacity, constancy, determination. So you stand until things happen. You go into prayer until things happen. Now look at the other meaning of perseverance. I said, perseverance is about staying on the course of action in spite of difficulties or opposition. As I said that, it's not so easy, because for the Bible to say to persevere, to endure, to stand in stamina, to have tenacity, it's because there are certain things that can not go easily. They can't. If you're expecting them to go easy, they can't. Especially when you are looking for big things to happen over your life. When you are looking to maintain your marriage, when you are looking to to find a pattern of life, when you are looking, to find financial breakthrough in a higher level. I'm not saying about small money that is coming from your job. I'm talking about if you want to go higher in finance, you need also to have time for prayer, seeking the face of God to go to the next level. Because in this life, we are facing a lot of resistance from the power of the enemy. And the good news is Jesus overcome, Jesus conquer, Jesus win the battle for us. But we need to learn also how to stand to claim that what belongs to us, the victory, the Jehovah Nissi. He has spoken. Now it's up to us to use the power of the word of God to stand in the gap, to stand in perseverance until we receive what God has for us. We believe that as we share the word of God to this morning, and God is gonna grant you the power to persevere until things happen. They are talking about the things that happen in the Bible, about the widow in the book of Luke chapter 18 verse 1. It starts by saying, man ought to pray, not to give up, not to lose heart. When you start praying, you pray until things happen. All the people are successful, make it in life. It can be in business, it can be in sport, it can be anything. They've made it because they persevere. Sometimes there's too much discouragement. I've planted churches. I know what it is. It's not so easy. Sometimes you go, you can find yourself with 2 people. You can find yourself with 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. But the result that is going to come by perseverance, it is a breakthrough. It is powerful. And those things that come out of prayer, they are going to be powerful. Remember, Anna had the issue of, barrenness. And she went to God by crying. She kept crying to God. She kept crying to God. She kept crying to God. And the breakthrough showed up. This I can encourage for the people who need the gift of children. You have been there in your marriage, but you didn't have kids. But the more you talk to God, the person who is going to born is going to be a powerful person. Anna, by crying to God, God gave him, yes, Samuel became the #1 prophet in Israel. No one in Israel can become king without Samuel. You see, the result of what is coming through prayer, it's a powerful, it's something that's going to change many people in life. So this is different with the people. Instead of seeking God, the altar, the altar of life, we go to seek other things that can create us more problem. Sometimes we go there, we say, okay, we go to the devil and say, devil, give us a child. That's not a child, that's a demon. Anytime you get something out of God, it is something different. It is something to do with demonic forces. But as you seek the face of God, the child that is going to born is going to be a holy child. People like Samuel, people like Jesus, people like, Isaac, they are born from God. And look at how the children of Israel become so powerful because of those people receive something great from God. It doesn't matter what you are going through. If you are sick with cancer, keep praying, keep seeking the face of God. Don't stop praying until things happen. Don't stop praying until things happen, because God is there to hear our prayers. And by us standing and persevere in our prayer, what is going on? God himself is going to stand there, and your faith also is increasing during that period of time. And you're also learning how to trust God in whatever you are doing. Because you cannot know that the word of God works until yourself you test it. And if you can't test it, so you can't test it in prayer, you can't test it by practicing what the word of God says, you will never know that those words works. I've seen God in my life. I've seen trouble in my life. but I've seen also God coming through for me. I've been sick. I seek God first, and God healed me. And I remember I even say, yes, I'm not going to die. I'm going to live and proclaim what the Lord has done for me. That's why some people, when you look at them, you think that they are just come up from nowhere. No, I'm a product of God. I was serious sick in Zambia. I was about to die in 1992. And I stayed with that sickness for 1 month. I became like a skeleton. But by the grace of God, I cried to God. I cried for 1 month. Everyone gave up on me. Everyone was waiting for me to die so that they can go and bury me. But I said, no, God, I believe in you. Let me live and proclaim what the Lord has done for me. For me. So this is what I'm doing every time. Even when I stand for prayer, I stand to seek the face of God. I pray for you. I know what God is capable of doing. And I've seen God in my life. I've seen God in many things. I've seen people getting delivered. I've seen people getting healed. Barren people giving birth. I've seen people with demonic forces, witches gave their life to Jesus, and they're serving God right now. We're talking about some prostitutes gave their life to Jesus. Some people with HIV/AIDS got healed because I endure, and God gave me the stamina and the power to continue. And he said, Antonio, if you can do my work, I'll be with you. Even when you are listening to me right now, I don't know what your problem is. I believe God is able to give you the answer tonight, to this morning. God is able to heal you. God is able to make a way where there is no way for you. Believe that we are serving the living God. Believe that we serve the God who answers prayer. And the impossible is not from him. If you discover this God, you discover the God who created everything, then you are able to see. You are able to experience. You are able to endure. You are able to go through prayer, because prayer becomes the channel of talking to God. Even Jesus himself was talking to God every day. He could spend the whole night alone. And when you go into public, miracles will happen. Dead people are being raised, and deliverance were taking place. The blind people are you open the eyes of the blind people. Why? Because he talked to God. He stayed all night talking to God. But the result, it was powerful. And he said, the same work I've done, you are able to do even much greater. As I'm talking right now, I believe by me talking to you, by you under the sound of my voice, may God heal you. May God answer your prayer. May you see the breakthrough over your life. May you see the hand of God in everything you are doing. May God answer your prayer in that business you are doing. Financial breakthrough. May God give you the answer. May God heal you. May God open that home. May God deliver you from any situation that has been troubling you, because we serve a miracle working God. We serve the God who created the heaven and earth. We serve the number one who creates everything. Is Alpha and Omega. Is the beginning, the end. And nothing is impossible to him. Come to God who is able to change your life. Come to God who is able to heal you. Come to God who is able to make things happen over your life. My word I'm giving to you today, with the word of God backing up, you are able to make a difference. You are able to make a difference. You are able to make a difference. God heal me. God heal other people. God deliver many people. Some of my sons and daughters are listening right now. Right now, they're listening. They're able to testify the goodness of the Lord. They're able to testify the goodness of the Lord. So you are the next online for a testimony. God has already programmed that the next person who is going to receive a miracle, it is you. Many people have been praying. Many people have been praying. I was not saying it last week. Many people can pray. Many people can seek the face of God. But they don't have the power to have that breakthrough. But God has chosen somebody to come and help them. That's why some of the people, when we meet them because God has made it possible for me to meet them. I remember some of the people, and they were facing some issues. When they sleep, they have a lot of issues going on. There are lots of demonic forces torture them and tormenting them. By just meeting me and I pray for them, they didn't even tell me. I start hearing the story later on. And God just healed them. And they'll never face those problems again. In the same way, under the sound of my voice, you're going to get your miracle. You're going to get your healing. My duty, God has called me is to preach the gospel. I didn't call myself. God called me into it. And I believe you're going to get what God has in store for you. May God bless you as you stand again in prayer. Spend at least an hour every day in prayer. It's going to make a difference. Yes, keep increasing. Let me say something before I finish this broadcast this morning. Osborn was an evangelist, and starting, in the 60s, this man was going all over the world to preach the gospel. And he explained the story about how he went, I think, to Bangladesh or Pakistan or Afghanistan. There, he could not see the power of God. He came back home and he closed himself, inside the room and seeking the face of God until he received power. And when he went back there again, and there were tremendous miracles, things happened. Miracles, signs and wonders were happening. But in one event, he said that there was a lady who was blind. The lady came for the first day, nothing happened. The second day, nothing happened. The third day, nothing. But the last day of the crusade, the whole and the eyes opened. Now he asked God, why you didn't heal him for the first day? And he said, the more she was coming, I was breaking some power every day. That was those which were creating that blindness. You can see that from there I got encouraged. He said, don't give up. Every day you are praying, things are happening in the spirit, because whatever problem you have, first of all, is spiritual. This one you need to know. It's not just things happen. They are spiritual. And the sickness is spiritual. The barrenness is spiritual. The poverty is spiritual. But when you go in the spirit, you are able to conquer it. You are able to conquer. You are able to overcome it. So that woman received a sight because she didn't give up. Imagine if she came the first day, didn't happen, and the second day didn't happen. The third day said, no, I'm not going back there. Listen, you need to pray until something happens, and the Lord is gonna answer you. His ear is attentive to your prayer, and is gonna answer you. This is my encouragement. Your breakthrough is now, and you're going to get it. God bless you. Listen to this message. Share it with somebody, because you may not have problem, but somebody had issue. You need this message of breakthrough. And as you share it, it may not be a blessing to you, but it will be a blessing to your neighbor. And you receive also the blessing. God bless you. Have a nice day. Pastor Antonio. Thank you.